Chapter 3089 opens with Kathryn returning home, greeted by the butler, who expresses concern over her choice of snack, a large ball of marshmallows. The butler's comment that only children eat such treats subtly underscores Kathryn's desire to reclaim the lost joys of her childhood, a theme that has been recurring throughout the series. Catherine's playful retort that she is young again contrasts sharply with the serious and tense atmosphere that pervades the Farrell household. The butler informs her that matriarch Farrell has barely eaten all day and refused dinner altogether, suggesting that something has upset her. Concerned, she inquires if anyone has visited her mother, learning that her mother's assistant had come by earlier. This leads her to suspect that her mother's foul mood might be related to the assistant's visit and the information he may have conveyed. She recalls mentioning to her mother that Shiloh, a woman who has been a source of tension within the family, seemed intent on seducing Marco. This memory raises her suspicion that Shiloh might have succeeded in her seduction, which would explain her mother's distress. The prospect of Marco being so easily swayed by Shiloh angers her, further complicating her feelings toward her brother and Shiloh. Determined to understand what has upset her mother, she decides to visit her in the study. She agrees with the butler's suggestion to prepare some food, hoping to persuade her mother to eat once she has the chance to speak with her. Carrying her marshmallow and candied horse, she heads upstairs to confront her mother. As she approaches the study, she knocks on the door, and upon entering, she is immediately hit by the strong smell of tobacco. The scene she walks into is one of disarray and tension. Her mother is seated at her desk, smoking a cigarette, with a pile of photographs scattered across the desk and floor. The chaotic scene reflects the turmoil in Matriarch Farrell's mind, hinting at the gravity of the situation that has left her so agitated. Catherine's curiosity is piqued as she picks up a few of the photos to inspect them, only to be sharply rebuked by her mother, who yells at her to put them down. Startled by the intensity of her mother's reaction, she quickly drops the photos, but not before catching a glimpse of their content. To her dismay, the photos depict intimate moments between Marco and Shiloh, confirming her worst fears about the situation. Matriarch Farrell's harsh reaction to Catherine, looking at the photos, suggests that she is deeply ashamed and angered by what they reveal. Her comment that the photos would dirty her eyes indicates the profound sense of betrayal and disgust she feels towards Shiloh and Marco. Meanwhile, Catherine is left to grapple with her own emotions, disgust at Shiloh's swift actions and disappointment in her brother for being so easily manipulated. The chapter ends with Catherine's realization that the situation is even worse than she had imagined. Shiloh has moved quickly and effectively, driving a wedge between Marco and the rest of the family. This realization leaves her in a difficult position as she must now navigate the fallout of Shiloh's actions and the deepening rift within her family. Her earlier attempt to reclaim a piece of her lost childhood by indulging in simple pleasures like marshmallows now seems almost tragically useless in the face of the serious issues confronting her family. The contrast between her lightheartedness and the dark realities of her family's situation underscores the complexity of her character and the difficult path she must walk as as she tries to hold her family together.